ready.
Morning, people. It's my favorite part of the year starting. It's 9 o'clock, about 65 degrees, and that means I can sit here with the windows down, getting the nice, cool, fresh air, and enjoy my first cup of coffee of the day. That bourbon coffee's pretty good. And you can get it at the Pilot. It's really good if you add a little bit of that Hershey's chocolate caramel creamer pod things. And bourbon and the chocolate. It's good. Oh man, it's been a while. Though, like I said at the beginning, I'm running a route. I do the same thing every week. The only thing that might change is whether or not I hit an accident or a backup or traffic or have a blowout. Well, this week I'm having to run paper logs because something happened with our company, Orbcoms. I heard rumors about a hack, and then I've not heard anything from anybody else, and then a lot of bullshit like you normally do, because let's admit it, we're human, we like to gossip. Yeah, like I said in that video Monday night, fuck paper logs. There's so much extra added stress. Though, in fairness, it's probably because I don't use them a lot, so I've not quite figured out how to kind of just eyeball stuff in the sense of, okay, I know what time it is and how long I've been driving. Yeah. I'm sorry, that part's bullshit. That's all I got to say. You old timers that apparently enjoy it, y'all just like pain. Y'all just like suffering, I swear. Old people. And yeah, I'm calling you old guys old people. Well, I guess the added stress of just regular everyday life and worrying about what's going on back at home isn't helping. In the final processes of trying to buy this house, our quote came back. The house valued at $203,000, and the seller wants $2,099. And the reason it values at $203 instead of the $209 he wanted is because the septic system is only rated for a 3-bedroom house, but he's trying to pass this off as a 4-bedroom house, when in reality that extra bedroom he's calling a bedroom is more of an office. Yes, it has a closet, but it's a small room compared to the rest. Like, the rest of them are more square and this one's more of a rectangle. So it almost looks like he like took and divided a room to make two, or like he took and split the living room up. Because literally the wall for that office / bedroom is, you come in the front door, that wall's to your right. So I almost want to be like, that was probably part of the living room, and you divided it off to make another bedroom. Or it was part of one of the other bedrooms. It almost looks like that, but I don't know for sure, so I'm speculating. This is all assumptions. But yeah, that's it for now. I gotta get rolling. Morning, people. Another one of those fall mornings. Coffee and the windows down. Enjoying that fresh air. Oh, the joys of paper logs. Like, I swear, the people that like these better than anything else, like, y'all just like things to be difficult. Y'all just want to work harder than you need to. Just checking for things. Hang on. I'm out of back. So, it's Friday morning. Oh. Filling out the simple parts of my paper log. Oh boy. Ugh. All the stuff that's encapsulated with running these things. I do not understand why you old timers just are gluttons for punishment with these. Like, oh. Like, I get back in the day, y'all started with these once the whole mandates and shit went into effect. Because before that, from what everyone says, y'all just ran however you wanted, whenever you wanted. Gluttons for punishment, and the fact that you got your jollies off, or you get your jollies off bitching and moaning about how these ELDs make things hard for you. Or, yeah, they make it hard. Well, I saw a video the other day where it was a driver talking about how because of a load of his got messed up, and the fact that, oh damn it, sorry, scroll. A load of his got messed up, and he was running on recaps on how some shit went down and it fucked up his schedule, and because of it he essentially was going to have to drive through the night. And he said, how is that safe? And I'm like, well, it's not safe in this day and age. Wouldn't it be simpler to call and push out the delivery, or reschedule the delivery? Because of the FUBAR scenario that's happening, which, I'll be honest, it's not something you're going to do every time. Not something you're going to be able to do every time, but I'm trying to think of how I say things so I don't make myself look like too much of an ass. No bourbon flavored coffee this morning, though. It is really good with the chocolate caramel creamer pods. So I guess I don't really have anything to say that would be really a retort for that scenario. But I will say that there are goods and bads with both. Like with paper logs, the way the old timers talk, you see a traffic jam coming up, you pull off, you sit down, you take a nap till it clears out. And then you just edit your logs to work. Where when you're on an ELD, you really can't do that. Okay, well, that's a point for paper logs. Well, with ELD logs, these companies that are for company drivers, they can't push them past a safe working limit point for ELDs. They can't make them do anything that would be like illegal, because they're tracked everywhere they go because of the ELD. So like, if they're like, hey, stop here and offload this for me and keep going and then reseal it, well, that's going to be notated. Two, there's no excuse why you can't get held for a situation, because these ELDs aren't just ELDs. They're also communication systems. So like if you don't have cell phone signal, more than likely your ELD is still going to have some kind of signal, and whatever signal it uses, it can send a message. Point for ELD. Like I've only been doing this for 3 years. But in that 3 years, I can see the pros and cons of both. But in this modern day, in this modern era, ELDs are the better option. That and you can't really fuck up an ELD when you can fuck up a paper log. Like you old timers that like them, you're a glutton for punishment. A glutton for punishment. Like we bitch about these corporations that'll bend over $1 to save a dime. But the way you old timers act, you'd rather use a damn tire iron than an impact gun to change wheels. And again, this could just be me, my experience, my scenarios that have made it to where ELDs have just been better. But in this world of 90% of the drivers out here are company, it's better, in my opinion. Because again, your companies can't overwork you. They can't ask you to do anything that they shouldn't, or you shouldn't have to do. Everything's tracked and logged better. So there's no oops, fudge, put out of service because you crossed a line where you should have dotted, whatever you're going to call it. That, at the end of the day, you're not sitting there for an hour, half hour, working on making sure your logs add up right. Like, ELDs, you park, you're done for the day. You don't have to think about the truck. You can just go back to the bunk and lay down, or you can go into the truck stop and chill. Like, you pull in, you do your post trip, you're done. No, update on the house. So, we are close to closing. The seller came down to the 203 because of the septic system only being rated for a 3-bedroom house, not a 4, which, again, I will say, and I've said this, I think one other part that I'm going to add to this, it's a 4-bedroom house with an office, closet space. Like, it's a decent size, but if it anything, it's a nursery. Like, it's big enough to be a child's bedroom, not an adult's bedroom. So that's probably going to be my office. I mean, I'm going to have a whole room to do my RC stuff. I'm actually going to be able to record videos doing that and actually talk, and not have to worry about people in the house staring at me for talking to myself, or worry about people trying to watch TV or whatever while I'm fixing stuff or working on stuff or tinkering. I might even be able to set up a little paint booth. I'll have a window and I can put an exhaust fan in with a filter to catch the paint particles, but evacuate the fumes. I'll be able to actually take stuff apart and leave it apart, because it'll be a room with a door. So I can shut the door, and I know that nobody's really going to go in there unless they have to. And more than likely, I'm going to put my computer desk in there. Which my computer desk isn't like a metal deck with like it's a desk, like an office desk, like a big heavy metal wooden desk. Picked it up. I think it was like $50, or it was almost. It might have been free for some people moving. I saw them post it. I went down there and I picked it up. It's like a full-on office desk. Like, I've got 3 drawers on the left or right, 2 drawers on the right, and I got a center drawer. It's got a big wooden top, but it's not thick wood. It's like that laminate, that laminated wood. Like, it's an actual piece of wood, but it's like that thin. It's a nice desk. It's great for my computers. Gives you a nice big open space for a desk pad. Your tower on the desk, not worrying about that. I can run my dual monitor setup. So yeah. We should be closing by August, sometime in August. Or October. I bet October. We should be closing in October sometime. Needless to say, I've been kind of stressed. Nothing I can really put words to, but I've been stressed. Not really much more I got to say. I got to start rolling here so I can get home at a decent time. Which makes me think I need to go ahead and put in my destination coordinates, which by now I don't need to use my Garmin, but it's nice having it set up so that I have a running reminder of where I'm going in case I zone out and I'm like, oh, that was my exit. About 6 hours of driving today. So this ought to be fun. So I'm gonna get rolling. Not sure what I'm doing this weekend. I know what I'm doing Sunday, but I'm not gonna talk about that yet. That might be a new, another hobby I'm adding, which this one won't cost me any money really, just time. Alright, here's a question for y'all I can put out. Lawnmower, zero turn, big deck. For a full acre and a quarter, or a little under acre and a quarter. Half of it's overgrown brush. Do I go zero turn lawnmower or do I go four wheeler with a pull behind bush hog finishing mower? Or once I get a chance, go ahead and throw the money down on a mini tractor. Which I'm kind of leaning towards a four-wheeler and the pull behind finishing / bush hog thing. Mainly because once I get the property cleared and under control, I really won't need anything more. And the only reason I'm going towards four-wheeler and stuff is because it's a hill. And the hill's a little bit more than you'd probably be comfortable going left or right, so you're just going to want to go up and down. And a four-wheeler could be four-wheel drive, so more traction without digging a hole because you hit a soft spot. And with a pull-behind mower thing, most of the time they offset to one side, so I'm not driving through the center of a briar patch. When I'm cutting, I have it offset to one side. Which I imagine a lot of it, I'm probably going to go out there with a machete and clear it out and get some exercise. But yeah. Big zero turn, lawnmower, pull behind, mower, bush hog thing, or the eventual mini tractor. Compact tractor. Because that'll be the kind that has the bucket on the front, but you run up over a deck. Or just a small enough tractor that I can actually put a bush hog. I mean, like a 5-foot bush hog on it. Well, no, it wouldn't even be 5 foot. It'd be like a 2-foot bush hog. Yeah. Useless knowledge. Useless knowledge. I thought I wanted to. Why are the underside holes of large ships red? I'll be back with the answer on that one.